Modding. Yes, No Man's Sky is one of those fair few games that you wouldn't think as a moddable game, but today I thought it'd be pretty fun to take a look at the top 10 most popular mods on Nexus and give you a glimpse of the other side. You know, it's never been this easy to mod No Man's Sky. All you need to do is go to Nexus, get the Vortex Manager, assign the game and of course the modding folder, and you're ready to get mods from the site itself, with easy enough one-click downloads. So then, let's just jump in. Hey you! Yes you! Do you like your eyeballs? Well, would you like to bleach them? Well, look no further than Dude Sky Color Mod, that increases colorfulness of the game. However, when you compare it to the stock game, this mod, well, I'm kinda drawn to it actually. I mean, just look at this comparison. The current game actually looks, well, frankly kinda shit. Next up is a simple mod that takes a sledgehammer and bashes in C-tier ships' brains so hard they disappear from the face of No Man's Sky. You might as well call it a C-tier genocide, if you're deranged enough. The beauty of this mod particularly is that it doesn't spawn in special different ships that wouldn't appear in the system, but only the stuff that would, taking out of course the crap stuff. Now tell me, do you like clouds? Like looking at clouds? I mean, when you're not high as a fucking kite. Well then, this little mod will increase the quality of them, though I gotta mention that you have to install it manually, rather than through the mod manager, despite its link. But hey, more detailed clouds, who wouldn't want that, right? Well, let's be frank, No Man's Sky is as precise as a shotgun blast from a 20-meter range. The same precision is also applied to the textures, ground, and everything in between. At some performance cost, modders like the Space Jesus Come to Rapture All the Scientologists have swooped in to fix this problem too. With improved LOD, or level of detail, you can experience actually really nice experience, well, visually speaking, on the close-ups for the ground and everything in between. Do you like building? Well, I personally hate it. However, setting aside my personal disgust with anything to do with walls and doors, especially doors, the building system is somewhat limited for No Man's Sky, and Exosolar's Beyond-based building mod aims to make it more open. In fact, it's also multiplayer compatible too. Scaling, material changes, and more is available for you to use to create rather interesting bases, well, if you're up to it. Are you sick of grinding the rocks and trees like a desperate stripper, begging for scraps of carbon, ferrite, and quicksilver? Well, if you're not comfortable with duping the shit out of everything, like my guide shows, well, mods will come to your rescue and help you cheat as well. I mean, seriously, you can switch the difficulties on the go today, making everything free if you really want to, but okay, enjoy! The very first thing back in 2016 when I bumped into, like a stinky freshly laid dog shit for No Man's Sky, was the hard border on planets preventing me from ramming the ground. Well, I'm happy to see that somebody felt the same and made sure that we can all explode with this mod, impacting planets and leaving a smoldering crater of shame behind. I love it! Now, despite the game already procedurally generating tons of creatures, plants, and other space-transmitted diseases, what if I told you could turn it up to 11 and made sure the planets are unwalkable? The point that your face is blasted with so much generated crap, you'd be melting like those Nazis from Raiders of the Lost Ark. But on the serious note though, here's a comparison between a planet on the mod and planet without it. What the mod in reality gives is additional biomes or diversifying planet generation overall. It adds extra variety and makes sure that the planets are actually really interesting, not just pointlessly blasting everything. So do check it out, I genuinely recommend it. Now, did you know that No Man's Sky suffers from a terminal illness that plagues all bad game designers to their grave, and yet they don't think that's an illness? It's called alcoholism. Oh, sorry, no, I mean consolitis. Yes, it's the stupid and annoying press and hold to perform an action that is a staple introduced by the peasantry boxes that can't handle a proper control peripherals and have to resort to shitty safety tricks to make the claw-handed peasantry able to even do anything. But fear not, my glorious PC Master Race brothers and sisters, with the simple mod, the problem goes away. And finally, even with the maxed out ship upgrades, if there is one thing that pisses everyone off playing No Man's Sky, it is the constant annoying need to refuel the ship to lift off. Fact is, there is no overall fuel for the ship as long as you're flying, but if you try doing anything, then the game decides to come over and smack you with a wet fish. Still, the launch fuel is probably the most nonsensical game design choice, and no wonder the most popular mod is to reduce the launch fuel cost. And that's the list of the 10 most popular mods out there. Well, that at least work right now, because there were a couple of that just were not working and were designed for the very first version of the game. But regardless, there are also some really interesting mods out there.